podcast. So much universe, so little time.
Hello, you are listening to the Mantic Universe podcast. I'm Chris, and for this episode, I'm completely on my own. Let's see how this goes. So, Mantic were very kind to send me a Kings of War Champions 2-player starter box. So I thought I would do a little unboxing episode, which, you know, on a podcast, which is an entirely audio medium, let's see how that goes. So, I did try this once before with Trent, probably 2 years ago, but I feel like Trent and his charisma carried us through. Let's see how we go, just doing a quick little unboxing with just me explaining things. So, I have taken the plastic off the box, but I have not looked inside yet. So, just looking at the front of the box, Kings of War Champions, lovely, cool logo, 2-player starter set, Faith and Fury. So, obviously, we've got a very cool picture of our Basileans and our Abyss fighting each other. Lots of reds, lots of purples. Looks really magic-y, fiery. Looks very cool. Very cool, very professional. And yes, you've got the classic. One side of the box has got the Abyssal character and the other side of the box has got our Basilean. So going to the back of the box, the righteous Alanis Salustis and her brave Basileans take on the wicked bloody Cardinal and his demonic minions. With 41 superb Mantic miniatures, a gaming mat, tokens, terrain and all the rules you need to play, this is the perfect introduction to Champions, the rank and flank game of heroic, fast-paced fantasy skirmishes where legends are forged in battle. Of course they are. Perfect. So again, they're sort of showing off a couple of the set piece, you know, the big impressive models there. Looks super, super cool. Our bloody Cardinal, it's really cool. He's kind of standing on a trapdoor with kind of demonic souls underneath him and flames. And, oh yeah, that's where the Abyss is. And there's a heroic-looking Basilean on a heroic-looking steed. And, yes. And there we can see, obviously, you know, they're pretending someone's playing a game, so we can see all the bits and pieces, which is really nice. It's cool it comes with the mat, it's cool it comes with the tokens, and it looks like it comes with a little bit of flat cardboard terrain, which is always super, super useful. So the purpose of this box is obviously to entice new players to Kings of War. So the big problem with Kings of War is it's a rank and flank game. It's hard to get people to join, even if they're interested. It is a big hobby commitment. So the idea that everything is included in this box and you don't have to paint that many models is pretty massive. Oh, okay, so I'm opening this upside down. So inside of the box, we have one of those classic, if you know, you know, Mantic brown cardboard boxes, which they are what they are. I mean, I kind of use them. I always recycle them and kind of keep old models in there or something like this. But yes, you know, they are not super, super cool, but they do the job. No? Okay, so I've just opened the box. So first thing I see is some dice. That's always handy. So as we said, having everything you actually need to play is really, really handy. So yeah, looks like we've got 12 white dice there. They look very usable. I think they'll be going into my Kings of War box going forward. So we have got, yes, so I'm just treated by sprues, little bubble wrap pouches with presumably the hero models in. Maybe they're the resin. I'm going to guess they're the resin models. The first sprue I've just picked up is Basilean Infantry. They are going to be, I think they're going to be totally fine to build by the look of it. So that is a multi-sprue. So we've got spears on there, we've got crossbows, we've got a sword. So yeah, so that's a multi-part kit for You've got multiple options there, so that's cool. So obviously, I'm going to build it like as the box tells me. Okay, second sprue is exactly the same, so we've got 2 of those. There's a couple of MDF bases, which, you know, it's brilliant. Mantic are putting the MDF bases in there. Third sprue is exactly the same. So the Basilean one, obviously, it's multi-part. Fourth one, exactly the same. This makes for great radio. I've picked up the big Abyssal Snaky. That is a chunky boy. So that's a big, lovely model. We've got a few head options, which I always really enjoy, things like that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 head options. And what's going to be really cool is I think we're going to be able to put some of those heads, we're going to kit bash that to make, you know, decapitated demon heads on spears or whatever, or on bases or whatever. The next one is the kind of Berserker Infantry sprue. It's the first time I've actually seen this. Looks really nice. I think I might try and do a kind of flaming effect on their weapons. It's never going to look as good as it does in my head, but I'm going to give that a try, I think. And I might not do, I'm not sure, I might not do the red for the bodies. I might do a kind of like burnt grey colour for my abyssal skin, but let's see how that goes. So next sprue I've picked up is all horses all the time. For whatever reason, I really don't like painting horses, but to be fair, I've got a lot better at painting since I last tried, so maybe I don't mind. And I think these are going to look super cool. So yes, horse bodies is one big sprue. It's clearly marked which is which, so you've got E21, A21, B21, C21, etc. So it should be nice and clear which goes with which. Next sprue, we've got horse heads. We've got rider bodies. We've got little bits and pieces. We've got arms. We've got cool looking spears. We've got shields, heads. So this kit is going to be a little bit fiddly, but the detail's really nice. The things like shoulder pads and things are going to be an extra step, but they will really make the models, I think, look really fantastic. So next sprue, yes, so we've got 2 sprues left, and they are both basically your rank and flank demons, lower abyssals, or whatever they are. So that's a kind of tried and trusted Mantic sprue, which I've always liked their abyssal range. They look very cool. Lots of different weapon options, lots of bits. Looks really, really cool. So we've got the 2 resin heroes. One is obviously the Basilean, the other one is the Bloody Cardinal. They're in bubble wrap. So I'm just going to leave them as they are for the time being. So I've just found a little booklet in there, the Bloody Cardinal Company box. So it tells you how to build your macabre missionaries, which are the berserkers. That's really cool. Some people love instructions, so this is a big deal. The Slithering Bishop. Ooh, that sounds sinister. That's our snaky bishop. And the Cackling Choir, which is, I guess, our lower abyssals. So yeah, build instructions, and of course on the back is the Bloody Cardinal, who looks very, very cool. So that looks really great. We then have, obviously, the Basilean alternative. We've got the crossbowmen, which are called the Watchmen of Tarisios. Why is Basilean stuff so difficult to pronounce? So, do you tell me how to pronounce this, guys? Gnaeus, and that's their name, so it's belongs to apostrophe S lions. Gnaeus's lions, I'm going to say. We then have the Guardians of Tarisios. Again, that's not an easy word for me to say. So yes, presumably this is a town or a city or obviously it's a location in Basileia. And then yes, the very simple build instructions for Alanis Morissette, Alanis Salustis. Let's stick with that. Perfect. So just looking further through the box, we've got a little warning thing which says "Nicht für Kinder unter 36 Monaten." So yes, not for children under 36 months. Small parts, choking hazard is the English. We've got our, so here we go, we've got our bases. Hopefully they're all there. We have got our cards, obviously, which is, they look really nice. Some people are concerned that the rules are not on the Mantic Companion. Yes, I would also like the rules to be on the Mantic Companion, if I'm completely honest. I just think that's a cool thing Mantic do. Now, let's have a look at the board. So we've got a double-sided. It's a really nice thick. Oh, I like this. It's a nice and thick mat to battle over, and it's double-sided, which is great. So this is for card mat. This is really good quality. It's very, very thick. It actually doesn't. It feels very almost plasticky. It doesn't actually. It doesn't feel like paper at all. One side is quite a generic field, battlefield, grey field, grassy field, and the other side is quite a cool looking, in a sort of almost cartoony style, which I really like, and it fits the models. Is a sort of snowy Northern Alliance type mat. So, I mean, I've got to be honest, I assumed I would be buying the luxury deluxe mouse mat type mat from Mantic, but actually the one you get in the box is surprisingly good. So that's really good. So I'm just going to have a quick look here. So we've got some tokens. Yes. So this looks great. I'm not going to open the plastic up. We've got our terrain pieces, which look really nice. They've been clever enough to give us some snowy ones and some green ones. So they're going to fit both, no matter which board you pick. Because obviously, if we had a snowy mat and we had non-snowy trees and non-snowy obstacles, etc., it looks strange. So they've thought this through. We've got a little rule measure. We've got a 45-degree angle. We've got everything we need to play. And this, I think this is absolutely crucial to this box, is that families can buy this and you have everything you need, and you don't need to go looking for stuff. You don't need to go and find out where you can buy your bases from. And I'm just going to, in 2 minutes, just going to have a very, very quick look through the book. So it's not a thick book, which is what you would expect for a very simple game. So Kings of War Champions, Legends Forged in Battle. And we have a really lovely cover photo, which has, this is interesting, it's got some Basileans who are, it looks like a paladin to me, so I guess they could be the Basileans from the two-player starter box. But the goblins fighting them are using a lot of magic, and I would guess this is a company that is yet to be announced, because this clearly is not the goblin in the dwarf suit that we've seen. So, as you would imagine, the first page gives you your contents. Just having a quick look to see who did the playtesting. Matt Gilbert's there. Kyle Pratt's Twinkie's there. Yeah, I mean, it's Steve Evans is there. It's really the great and the good of Mantic. Tobias, who runs the store and the Pathfinder scheme. Andy Burgess. Burgess. And Alessio's on there. So that's fairly interesting. And Elliot Barrett, who runs the app. Game design, as we know, is Rob Berman, based on Kings of War by Alessio Calvatori. That's a nice little nod. Some beautiful artwork in here. Looks stunning. Getting started, always a good place to start the book. Explaining you what you need to do. Explaining multi-basing. There's some gorgeous pictures. Goes on to explain the stat cards, and then obviously it takes us into our rules. Looks fantastic. Looks really, really professional. Looks really nice. Things are nicely laid out. I'll have to have a read through this properly and let me probably talk about it on the MUP Monthly. There's a map of Northern Panathor. That's interesting. And it gives background as to just a few, literally a few sentences on the different factions, which I really like. And then it shows you, gives you some information on the different faction boxes you can buy. There's obviously it goes in depth. The Forces of the Abyss, the Bloody Cardinal, who is quite a tragic figure. I'm very interested in that. We've then got the Goblins champion. So this is great. So it seems like wave 1 probably. It's going into really good detail as to the different factions, etc. So there we go, guys. Just a very quick little unboxing. Thanks again, Mantic were kind enough to send me a copy. Looks really good. I'm going to be playing this with my kids. It looks like a great little fun hobby project to do a company, and I'm very much looking forward to the Trident Realm release. Anyway, cheers, guys.